wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? Yo, 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 yo! What a fucking day, man. These are not my words. Tell me where are mine? Most of the time, wet my face with reality. What a day. And permit me to breathe before I do it again. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need? All right. Dude, it's hard to not feel the weight of the day. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the weight of the day, man. Like, so, yeah. Like, I don't know how to describe it because, you know, I have a lot of feelings about what happened today, right? And so the thing is I'm not going to pretend like Charlie Kirk was a good person, okay? Because he wasn't, all right? He wasn't. He hurt a lot of people. He tried to radicalize people with really base motivations and base fears and negativity in order to accrue political power. He used religion as a weapon, right? And still, though, political violence is brutal, right? You know what I mean? Because, like that could be any of us that are a spokesperson out there. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a bad person to get gunned down in the name of political violence. You know what I'm saying? It's just heavy. And sure, he has kids that are going to grow up without a dad,
right? And independent of political differences, you know, every like death is a loss. You know what I mean? I mean, the thing that's really hard is thinking about what we saw today. Like, what was hard for me was that I saw it. Okay. I heard he was dead. I got on Twitter and I saw this close-up shot with the blood just gushing out of his fucking neck, and watching somebody die like that, even a person I can't stand, was profoundly complicated and traumatizing. Okay. It was an accident, Engrain. I was just scrolling and there was this close-up shot from somebody who was 10 feet away. And I saw his head go back and the blood just pour out. And I knew in that instant, there was no fucking way he survived. Like, just every artery, like his carotid was just shattered. And it's really fucking traumatizing to watch that, okay? You know what I'm saying? Just really fucking traumatizing. I don't care who it is. You know what I mean? Like, watching death up close like that is not healthy, okay? It's not healthy, man. Now, that being said, the culture of violence in this country that I have watched increase steadily since Barack Obama won the presidency, that started on the backs of like racism and nooses being like dangled and black Obama dolls being hung in effigy, and then continued with Donald Trump and his constant rhetoric of violence or the abuse of women. Constant rhetoric, okay, of like even talking about the police being more physical and talking about how they used to fucking crack their skulls in the old day. This shit has been increasing since 2016, like 20-fold of what I've seen in my life. And it started even before Trump. It started while Obama was in office, with the KKK like motherfuckers from the South being really emboldened. And then Trump just sort of like amplified that. Okay? He's amplified violence in every way. And I've saved some things to look at here, guys. Okay? I bookmarked some shit. Like, one of the things that I want to fucking bookmark here is this. You ready? Right here. Okay? Here's somebody who says, if anyone is to blame for the level of political violence we see in America today, it's this motherfucker. So let's just see.
You know, in the old days, boom, firing squad. No, it's true. Boom, gun, bang, bing, bong. When we were strong, bing, and it goes quickly, right? It's called, you're dead. You know, in the old days.
Right? And I mean, this is like him doing his little, oh, we used to shoot him, but I've seen a lot of violence from fucking Donald Trump's rhetoric. Okay? Vermin calling people rapists, talking about the police, hitting them. We used to just, right? Calls for violence, calls for, you know, cracking down on people, the masked marauders running through our streets. The political violence that isn't like shooting, that comes from this guy. I mean, literally, guys, let's not forget 3 days ago. Okay? What did he post? I love the smell of deportations in the morning. He posted a scene from the Vietnam War apocalypse now, right? The flight of the Valkyries when they napalmed people. Chicago about to find out while it's called the Department of War. This is a sitting fucking president a couple days ago calling for war on American citizens that he represents. U.S. citizens, an entire fucking city, and a city that's code for like black in his circles. Okay? And so this is where we end up when our leader is a human being like this, a despicable fucking piece of shit that is like wanting to use the military against his own citizens. He's memeing about this. The sitting president is telling his own constituents he represents, like you're about to find out about war. And then when one of them gets gunned down, they're like up in arms. And it's like, fuck you, Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? I've been listening to this motherfucker, Donald Trump, talk about violence, talk about like obliteration, taking away broadcast license, threatening people. You do what I say or I'm going to seek retribution. And even after this, even after Charlie was shot, okay, Trump went on the air and he didn't call for unity. He didn't try to bring us together. We don't even know who killed Charlie Kirk. Okay, we don't even know who shot him. And I have some theories about that we're going to talk about in a minute. But we don't know who fucking killed him. And already Donald Trump was out there saying how he's going to use this for more retribution, like against the left. We don't know the left shot Charlie Kirk. I mean, if you want to look at that bullet, a fucking artery cleaner on the neck from hundreds of yards, perfectly aimed, like one shot kill, that was a special forces person. That was a trained fucking military, like somebody who was like, government sniper or fucking, you know what I'm saying? That was not a fucking leftist who was like pissed off about, TP USA. Okay? That was a fucking, like a professional. You see them running across the building. They fucking killed him. And can I show you something else, guys? Can I show you something else? Because this is really freaky, guys. Well, look at this video right here. Okay? It's not going to show the shooting. Okay? Just so you know. The video here. Dude, what's up? Muertos. Let's go, baby. Thank you, boss. Appreciate that, boss. But I have to show you something here, guys. And now remind you, I'm giving you a warning. You're not going to see the shooting, okay? You're going to see Charlie in the time leading up to it, but you're not going to see him get shot. But watch this, guys. Watch this guy in the white who does some shit like a hand signal, and watch this guy in the black who is doing some sort of weird catcher signals right before Charlie gets shot. Okay, watch this guy right here. These two guys do some fucking baseball-like hand signals right before Charlie gets shot. Watch this.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
Did you see that guy? That's right before he gets shot. What is this guy doing?
In America over the last 10 years.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. Do you know how
Dude,
many...
what? I don't know. It's just weird. It's like weird, dude. I don't know, man. Was that just a freak accident? You know what I'm saying? Was that a fucking, like some sort of a weird fucking signal? It's just weird. This whole event is fucking weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? This whole event is weird and it's creepy. And there's been an insane, guys. There has been an insane amount of calls for political violence. Like, look at this shit. Okay? Look at what libs of TikTok posted. Okay? Let me just fucking save this image. Okay, let me just open this image because Midas Touch grabbed some of these. Okay, and I've been looking at these all day. But, like, look at this shit, guys. Look at what we got here. We've got libs of TikTok, okay, saying this is war. Right? Again, they don't even know who shot Charlie Kirk. We don't know if it was a left-wing person. We don't know. I mean, you're about to find out. We're about to look at some shit. Like, what I discovered today is Charlie Kirk had a lot of enemies on the right. The Groipers and the really far-right white supremacists, they had a beef with Charlie Kirk. Nick Fuentes and the people to the right of Nick Fuentes, they had a beef with Charlie Kirk. They fucking hated him for being pro-Israel. Okay? And they felt like he was selling out the right wing, the far right movement, the Groper movement. Yes, we're going to look at a thread from somebody. There's a lot of crazy shit. Like Charlie had some really crazy enemies with the anti-Israel right wing, the Groper set, that thought that Charlie was fucking like selling out their movement, that he was a sellout, that he was like in his advocating for Israel and shit. Okay, then Trump issues a statement blaming the radical left. Okay, then Joey Manarino, the Democrat Party must be classified as a domestic terror organization and their members, leaders treated accordingly. Enough is enough. But like, dude, we don't even know who shot Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know. And they're already the Democrat Party, right? Look at this Brian Eastwood guy. Charlie Kirk getting shot is the shot heard around the country. I'm ready for a civil war. You want to fight and you're going to get it. So he's ready to start a civil war. This fucking guy doesn't even know who shot Charlie Kirk, right? We have no idea at this point how this guy died, and he's already calling for a civil war, right? And this guy, I don't want the National Guard sent to Democrat cities anymore. I want the Air Force sent. This happened in a red city, in a red state in fucking Utah. Now they want to just bomb Democrat cities for what? Because some guy died that you don't even know? You don't even know who shot him, right? But they're already on here. You got Gunther Eagleman using the MAGA, their favorite fucking pronoun. They have declared war. Who's they? Who is they? The mythical fucking person. I mean, if I had to put my money on it, it was either a government op of some kind with the trained sniper or maybe a terrorist hit. I mean, Charlie had been pretty vocal in against, like, I don't know, shit that maybe he pissed off some terrorists, or maybe it was a far right Groper, like, white supremacist hit. I mean, this could be a Reichstag kind of thing for the right wing, right? Sacrifice somebody that was already, wanting to look into the Epstein situation. He was very vocal about it. He had to get fucking stood down, right? Charlie Kirk was so vocal about Epstein, he got a call from the White House. He did, to shut the fuck up, okay, about Epstein. And so we don't know if they just decided to take him out, right? If like the Trump government or whoever's behind Epstein decided to take Charlie out to try and rally the fucking right together behind Donald Trump's disastrous failed fascism. You know what I'm saying? And privacy, I'm going to be making a video. Trust me. Okay. We just don't know. But again, they've declared war. This person, there's no going back after this. There's no more words to be said. The only way this ends is complete annihilation of the Democrat Party. Like, what the fuck, bro? What does the Democrat Party have to do with this shit? This is fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Look at this. Charlie Kirk being assassinated is the American Reichstag fire. It's time for a complete crackdown on the left. Every Democratic politician must be arrested and the party banned under RICO. Every libtard commentator, including me, I guess, must be shut down. Stochastic terrorism, they caused this. Dude, what the fuck is this, bro? We don't even know who shot him. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, dude? Who is really out for blood, man? It's these guys. The right wing of the American MAGA right are out for blood. They want Democrats dead, right? And like, I wouldn't be surprised if they shot their own to get it. Look at this. Elon Musk is going in saying the left is the party of murder. This is Elon Musk, by the way, who defunded USAID, which is going to cause hundreds of thousands of deaths worldwide. And he's saying the left is the party of murder, right? Sean McGuire over here. The left lectured us for the last decade about the dangers of violence from the right. And they talk about the assassination attempt of Trump. Thomas Crooks was a Republican, right? And just literally, guys, literally just 2 months ago. What did we have happen? Okay, 2 months ago, what did we have happen? We had the fucking Melissa Hortman and those other reps in Minnesota that were blown away by a right-wing motherfucker. And look at this. Trump says he won't waste time calling the governor. Okay? Dude, this guy, he didn't even call Tim Walz. He didn't put the flags at half-staff when Democrats got murdered. You know what I'm saying? He did not. Okay? Nothing. Not a peep. Okay? Not a peep. And now they're like, oh, now they want to play high and mighty. Or look at what Mike Lee did, guys. You remember? You remember Mike Lee? Good old based Mike Lee. Do you remember what he did? Dude, I'm pissed about this. But you remember Mike Lee hold on. I was tweeting a lot today, guys. I was processing shit, okay, today. But Mike Lee tweeted this after those Minnesota lawmakers were fucking murdered, right? And he tweeted, "This is what happens when Marxists don't get their way." This guy was not a Marxist. This guy was a right-winger who fucking executed multiple fucking lawmakers. And instead of showing any fucking empathy or vibes for the lawmakers or even condemning political violence, he used it as an opportunity to grandstand about Marxists, which he wouldn't even know a goddamn Marxist if one went up and fucking bit him on the ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Now, so Elon, the left is the party of murder. And look at this Sean Davis guy. The Democrat Party is domestic terrorist organization whose most fanatics will not hesitate to murder one of their political opponents. This is not a one-off event. Dude, they don't even know who killed him. All right, Chris Rufo, the architect of CRT and the replacement theory DEI fucking campaigns. The racist motherfucker who has been like doxing people and out to get every marginalized group on the planet. Rufo said the last time the radical left orchestrated a wave of violence and terror, J. Edgar Hoover shut it all down. In a few years, it's time within the confines of the law to infiltrate, disrupt, arrest, and incarcerate all of those who are responsible for this chaos. Is he including Donald Trump? Is he going to include Donald Trump for that? Right? Yeah, it was a right-winger that tried to fucking burn Shapiro's mansion down. Like, come on, man. Dude, this shit is outrageous, dude. Right? We got Laura Loomer. Okay? Oh, here's another one. Charlie Kirk has been shot. Enough is enough. Democrats need to be labeled as a terrorist organization. Forget about due process. Forget about making sure, you know what I mean? It has nothing to do with Democrats. It has to do with whatever fucking insane assassin or paid hitman fucking committed this crime. It has nothing to do with fucking Democrats, right? And Laura Loomer, it's time for the Trump administration to shut down, defund, and prosecute every single leftist organization. If Charlie Kirk dies from his injuries, his life cannot be in vain. We must shut these lunatic leftists down once and for all. The left is a national security threat. So now somebody shoots Charlie Kirk. We don't even know who. Could have been a foreign country. Could have been a fucking paid assassin of the Groper right. But she's like, Trump needs to shut down every left-wing organization. Dude, you see what I'm talking about? Like, they want us all dead. They want to shut us all down. They're literally just looking for an excuse, guys. They're looking for an excuse to murder us all or to put us all in fucking prison for nothing. Why? Because we want trans people to be able to walk outside without getting attacked, getting murdered. We want people to have equal rights under the law, right? Elon, if they won't leave us in peace, then our choice is fight or die. This is the dude who fucking was spending millions of dollars trying to buy elections. And he's talking about us not leaving us in peace. He threatened the entire Congress with being primaried if they don't listen to him. But he's saying we're the ones. Like us, Democrats, regular people trying to make a living. Like we're the ones that won't leave him alone. Like you motherfucker, he's spending a $250 million to try and control me. And then he's like telling me he wants to fucking kill me now too. Like it's insane, dude. Nikki Ramirez, Fox host Jesse Waters, they're at war with us. Whether we want to accept it or not, they're at war with us. And what are we going to do about it? Again, who's the they? Another one wants to bring the hammer down on the left. Hey, man, do you even know who killed this guy? You don't. Right? Right? We have this guy here. Another Sean Davis one. When Democrats lose elections, they couldn't steal. They murder the people they were unable to defeat. What is he fucking talking about? You know what I'm saying? Dude, Aaron, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, bro, dude, this shit is crazy. What is the video you're talking about where he says Charlie Kirk's a patriot? Are you talking about like, and remember this one? Remember Donald Trump Jr.? Remember Donald Trump Jr. with this fucking gem? When he was like, got my Paul Pelosi Halloween costume ready, right? They do this kind of shit. Right? Like, dude, I'm not going to meme. I'm not going to sugarcoat this and say that Charlie Kirk was a good human being because I don't believe he was. And I believe that he was really harmful and you know what I'm saying? He was. I'm not going to sugarcoat him, but I'm not going to make memes about the guy's death because I don't think political violence is the answer. I wish we could reject people like Charlie Kirk without violence. You know what I'm saying? But what video are you talking about with where he says patriot? Are you talking about this video? You're saying this video is AI? This video is not AI, right? This video was actually on the news. One American Voice. This is, why are you saying this is AI, dude? Aaron Rupar fucking like pulled this off of television, dude. You know what I'm saying? Let's watch this.
For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals.
Charlie was Nazi adjacent. That's a fact, okay? You know what I'm saying? Look at his hands. His hands are behind a Chiron. I can't see his fucking hands, bro. When you say look at his hands, his hands are behind a Chiron there, boss.
This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence.
See, again, he doesn't mention Melissa Hortman, does he? Yeah, he doesn't. He only mentions political violence. Okay, thank you. He only mentions political violence for against right-wing people. Like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, he literally left out the fucking the execution of Melissa Hortman and shit. Dude, this is so fucking crazy.
Great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror.
See, again, they don't know who fucking killed him. You know what I'm saying? They literally don't know who fucking killed him. You know what I'm saying?
Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom.
He's not a martyr.
There's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith.
Dude, see, it's hard to listen to this because, dude, I think political violence sucks. I do. It's like, I don't support political violence, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Charlie Kirk was not a fucking sum total negative to humanity, because he was, okay? He was like anti-trans, misogynist, homophobic. He radicalized young frat boys with the worst of their impulses. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was not, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He was not a fucking positive influence on this world. He targeted kids heavily, grooming them into like anti-trans, anti-fucking, feminism, anti-homosexuality. Okay. And we're going to play some clips here of him like talking about stoning gay people to death and all this other shit. He was not a good fucking human being, man. You know what I'm saying? He was not a good human being. And I'm not going to pretend he was. That doesn't mean like we need to go around fucking shooting people, because I don't think political fucking violence is the way. But the fact of the matter that Trump did not say this when those Democratic lawmakers were killed, but now he's trying to create this whole like, oh my God, up in arm. He's turning this into an anti-leftist thing when they don't even know who fucking shot Charlie. That's dirty, guys. That's deceitful and devious, and that's giving away the fact that they will do anything to fucking kill us and to jail us and to start some type of right-wing against left-wing war, man. It's fucking toxic, bro. This is not unity. This is not somebody who's representing. He's trying to create a fucking civil war, dude.
And we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are...
And if there is a God, Charlie is not in heaven. Okay, I will go on record saying that. If there is a God, Charlie is not in fucking heaven. Okay, not a fucking chance,
wife,
bro.
Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his...
I do feel bad for his kids. I do. I feel bad for his kids, man. Kids losing a parent. I feel bad for his fucking kids,
his
bro.
entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in...
Dude, joyfully engaging? Joyfully engaging. Hold on, joyfully engaging. Let's watch Charlie Kirk do some joyful engagement, okay?
Is in Leviticus 18, is that thou shalt lay with another man shall be stoned to death. Just saying. So, Miss Rachel, you quote Leviticus 19, love your neighbor as yourself. The chapter before affirms God's perfect law when it comes to sexual matters. Is in Leviticus 18.
God's perfect law is to kill gay people. This is the joyful guy, bro. This is not joyful. This is fucking toxic. And any God that would like want to kill like people for who they love is a fucking piece of shit, degenerate God. Let's not forget that this is the guy, okay? And there's like 1,000 of these clips, man. 1,000 of these clips of him with merciless for gay people and trans people and women, okay? Like, let us not forget.
Good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever.
His mission was to radicalize young people to hate women, to hate gays, to hate trans people, and to fear Democrats as though they were fucking demons, right? And in order to radicalize them to be part of the Trump like anti-left-wing movement. to where you don't even want to work with left-wing people because they're demons, they're devils, they're sinners, okay? Like, come on, man.
To share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed...
Again, common sense. Fuck you, Trump. It's not common sense. The divisive and hateful rhetoric you fucking red pill motherfuckers spew, that it is not common sense, okay? It is not common sense. It is not.
His ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year.
Wait. Did Trump just say demonizing those you disagree with year after year? Like Trump? Fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Dude.
Do it because the liberal left won't let them do it. The liberal left wants to destroy them, and they want to destroy our country. You know, if you had one day, like one real rough, nasty day with the drugstores as an example, but they have to be taught. Now, if you had one really violent day, like a guy like Mike Kelly, put him in charge, Congressman Kelly, put him in charge for one day. Mike, would you say, he's right here, it's a chain of events that's so bad. One rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out and it will end immediately. End immediately. You know, it'll end immediately.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, we can find many, okay? There are many. Remember this one? Remember that gem from January 6th? And what did they want to do? They wanted to fucking hang people for what? For losing an election, okay? Remember that gem? Right? I mean, dude, it's like his rhetoric.
One day, like one real rough, nasty day with the drugstores as an example.
Right, this is the same fucking shit, okay? Trump.
It's actually a compliment, I guess, you know? But they're all taking out ads. Tester is getting killed, I hope. I don't know. You know, I think he's getting killed, and he's fighting for his life.
Dude, again, just even when he's like whatever, talking about his opponents, he uses that type of fucking language, okay? That constant sort of like use of violent language, right? Right? The language he used, bloodshed, vermin, right? Trump has been an active participant in the culture of fucking violence from the very start, man. From the very fucking start. All right.
In the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today.
Fuck you,
and
Trump.
It must stop.
Dude, fuck this guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this guy.
Right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed
by a Republican, mind you, by somebody from his own political party, mind you,
husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗍 and 3 others. Radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives.
Yeah, again, he left out the fucking execution of those Democrats in Minnesota like a couple months ago, right? Radical left, dude. Again, dude, he is trying to fucking start a war.
Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which 𝗙arlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God.
Dude, fuck you, Donald Trump. The patriotic devotion and love of God? Fuck you, man. We don't have to worship your God. Shut the fuck up about your God, brah. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I am so tired of these religious fucking zealots. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? These motherfuckers value money and power and control, and then they fucking use God as some sort of like get out of degeneracy card, right? Trump doesn't believe in God. He was fucking porn stars and cheating on his wife while she was giving birth to his kid. Okay? He's fucking raped like 20 fucking women, bro. Like, Ski's done young girls with Jeffrey Epstein. He's hiding all this shit. Thousands of women fucking abused as teenagers. And he's sitting here, like, lecturing us about God. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
𝗙arlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country.
Dude, oh, yeah, now it's an attack against the whole country. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump ordered the hit. I'm serious. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump ordered the fucking hit. It would not surprise me at all. And 𝗙arlie Kirk was not the best of America. 𝗙arlie Kirk was a racist, transphobic, like misogynist, religious zealot who wielded his religion like a cudgel to try and take power, to acquire money and political power, to try and radicalize and manipulate the youth into being anti every group of people that he personally fucking felt was like against his religion. He was not a good human being. Okay? He was not a good human being. 𝗙arlie Kirk was not. And dude, political violence saddens me. Okay? It does. It does. I don't like political violence. And watching 𝗙arlie die on a tweet was like very traumatizing. But the world is going to be better off without like more of that radicalizing anti-fucking everybody who's not a white Christian energy. We don't need more of that energy, guys. Okay? There is a political violence in radicalizing people to be anti-trans or to be anti-gay or trying to take away human rights, trying to take away health care from trans people who've done nothing to you. That is political violence. Cheering on masked random people, like racially profiling people in our fucking streets. You know what I'm saying? That is fucking political violence. I've been watching political violence every day of this motherfucker's fucking his administration. You know what I'm saying? And he's still pushing all the buttons, trying to incite more of it. You know what I mean? And one thing I will say about Donald Trump is after we all saw that bullet hit 𝗙arlie Kirk today, we know for a fact a bullet did not hit this man's ear. Okay? We know, every human being on earth right now knows for a goddamn crystal clear fact after watching that death today that a bullet did not hit Donald Trump in any way, shape, or form. No fucking way. Because we know his ear, his head would have been shredded if it had even touched it. Okay? He was not fucking hit by a bullet. We know it. I mean, my God, you saw what it did to Charlie. It was like, it just shredded him, right? And Trump wants us to believe it nicked his ear and nothing else. No fucking way, bro. No fucking way, man.
An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close.
Yeah, no, this shit needs to just fade into the dust.
May God
man.
bless his memory. May God watch over his family. And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Dude, this shit is fucking... Yeah, dude. All right, I ran out of space. So we're going to get the expletive out of there. Dude. Jesus, dude. Man. All right. Fucking shaking it off, dude. I mean, this shit just fucking bothered me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, dude, this shit was intense, man. It really was. Like, today is an intense day because the sheer amount of like automatic assumption and it trying to, you know, this like attempt to stir up a civil war type mentality. And it's not just from Trump. It's like a lot of this MAGA shit, right? Like this video right here. Look at this shit, bro. Where is it? I'm going to share some videos with you here. Okay, was one of them was this guy. Look at this guy. Okay?
This video's in regards to Charlie Kirk. And this video's for the fucking liberals. It's war, motherfuckers. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. And spare me your fucking self-righteous bullshit lectures. I don't give a fuck. We're coming for you.
Dude, again, this fucking clown, like, fuck you, bro. You don't even know who fucking shot Charlie Kirk. And it's like liberals. I know, I'm not scared of this clown either. But still, this fucking rhetoric, bro, of like these people that are just bloodthirsty. They're so bloodthirsty. For what? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like, just fucking shut the fuck up, man. You know? Liberals? Dude, telling you, was not a liberal that shot Charlie Kirk. It was a trained assassin that shot Charlie Kirk. It was a special forces, military, high-level government fucking sniper from somewhere that shot Charlie Kirk. Okay? If you look at this shit, guys, if you look at the map of this thing, like, look at this. Okay? Here's the building. This is where somebody was seen. Okay? We've all seen the videos. Okay, hold on one sec. Let me take you on a little adventure here. All right, because I've saved some of these videos. But here's one of the videos right here, okay? Of look at this. You're going to see this guy up on this building.
Getting right up.
Look at this.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying? He just ran from, over, where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in, and now he's right there.
You see that? Look at that shit. Somebody up on the roof, okay? If we look at that, that guy's up on, like, it looks like this roof, right? Pretty much right there. You know what I'm saying? Pretty fucking far. Like, Charlie Kirk is over here that's several hundred yards, okay? There's a guy up there. Then there's another video. Okay, there's another video here that was like crazy where you see the guy running away. Okay, right here, dude, you ready? You're going to watch this as the camera pans. You're going to watch up here. Okay, you're going to watch up here. You're going to see this guy right up here on the roof go booking across. Okay, booking across. Well, so what's crazy though, when you're saying, how did the guy get away? What was weird about it is the minute that Charlie was shot, all the attention got focused on that old man. Okay, the old man with the pants down around his legs. All the attention was focused on that George Zinn guy. And they had him cuffed. They were walking him away. All this commotion. I don't even know how they like chose that guy. It was like all the attention got focused on this guy. And then this guy, but watch this video, guys. You're going to see them pan over the thing and watch this person up here go running across. Okay? See that? You see that? You see that person go running across right there? That was like right after the shot. You see everybody here is still ducking down and shit. Okay, and you see the guy run across the roof up there. Dude, you know what I'm saying? And dude, it is fucking, I don't know, man. It's just fucking weird, bro. Right? It is just fucking weird. Boss, Harry, we don't need to see you, James. I don't know what your deal is, boss, but we don't need to see your nonsense. Okay? Right? Sorry, guys. I don't need to listen to your fucking whatever, dude. Right? But yeah, guys. So here's the thing that I was thinking about this is, and hear me out on this, because we see this guy up here on the fucking roof. But so first off, it was a mid-daylight, like well-constructed, straight dead on, perfectly on the roof, okay? This guy, one shot, okay? Now, first off, guys, one of the things that you may or may not know about, like, high-level snipers is they don't shoot the head, guys. They never shoot the head because the head is always moving. They shoot the torso. They shoot neck and chest. Okay, because the head moves. The head is a moving target. The neck and the chest do not move. Okay, unless you're like, even if you fucking, right? They shoot the neck and the head. This was a one shot through the front side of the neck that literally erased his carotid artery and the main fucking vein right up the neck. It was one precise shot on the left side of the neck that was like an instant kill, okay? There was no fucking way he was surviving that shot. It was like one clean shot. You see the bullet go right in his neck. And I was like, holy fucking shit. And then, as you see, this guy just swiftly ran and fucking disappeared, okay? It was like a one-shot kill, breaking out all the veins in his neck, and then he instantly disappeared. Then there was some other guy that had the police fucking attention, whatever, is getting paraded around. This guy was gone, okay? This guy is like this was not a thrill seeker. This was not a like left or right wing wingnut. This feels like it was a professional high level execution. Okay. And I don't know who called for it, but something about this was like pro. Okay. It was like pro. Like, even if you go back and look at like Lee Harvey Oswald or some shit, they found the rifle. You know what I'm saying? Somebody shot him and fucking took off. This is like a guy who just went out there, was on the roof, did his thing, ran away, and poof. It was like gone. Not a trace. Nothing. Okay? And now you have every right-winger on the planet like calling it a leftist, saying the leftist did this. People are talking about like jailing, imprisoning all the Democratic politicians. Like, what the fuck world are we living in? You know what I'm saying? Dude, this is crazy. This is crazy. Shot came from the right? No. No, Charlie Kirk, it hit him in the left. It came from the front. Like, somewhere on the front. Almost straight on. Right? Dude, Mr. Long Ears, let's go. Dude, I mean, if you look at this, if from this position where they saw that guy, right? Where these guys saw that guy, which is up here on the second roof, which is right there from this position, it's like straight on, dead on, straight shot. It says here, university spokeswoman Ellen Trenor said that Mr. Kirk was struck about 20 minutes after he began speaking on campus. She said a suspect had fired at Mr. Kirk from the 𝗨cy Center, a building 200 yards away, and had been taken into custody. But again, they got the wrong guy. And then they had a person of interest. And like, what is up with 𝗙ście𝗶𝗏𝗯? Fucking all day, he's like tweeting. Like, did you see that shit? All day, 𝗙ście𝗶𝗏𝗯 was like live tweeting about, we got the guy, we don't got the guy, we got the guy, we don't got the guy, right? Like, what are they doing, bro? Why is the head of the FBI live tweeting every 30 minutes, like giving some spiel about how they got the guy? You know what I mean? Dude, is this related to Epstein? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Did Gutfeld say it was a professional hit? All right, let's see what Gutfeld said.
It's interesting. We don't know who did this, but I do know it doesn't help the left, which makes me think, is it the left?
Dude, what a weirdo. Dude, this has nothing to do with the left. Like, dude, what the fuck, bro?
I don't know. We don't know, but it feels professional.
Yeah. See, that's just it, guys. So here's the thing, right? I saw Ronald Reagan get shot. Okay? Right? Ronald Reagan got shot by an amateur. Okay? Right? I saw Ronald Reagan get shot. Okay? We saw Gabby Giffords get shot. You know what I mean? With the young kid who went to the parking lot of the supermarket and fucking gunned her down. And we saw what she's been through. We saw the video of this fucking guy in Minnesota who just executed these people, right? And like, those were all done by non-professionals, okay? They were messy. There was evidence left all over the place. We've seen countless mass shootings, okay? And murders, like, we've seen them by non-professionals. They're messy. There's evidence that gets left behind. The suspect is seen. This person was like a fucking ghost, man. You know what I'm saying? This person was a ghost. And like, it was a ghost. Dude, poof, gone. Nothing. No, they don't know where he is, what he did. They're like, no trace of this person. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It was like definitely a high-level professional hit.
Feels professional. That's all it feels to me. Mm-hmm. You know?
Greg, you asked me a question.
Yeah, it absolutely did. Okay? It absolutely felt like an extraordinary professional fucking, like, I don't know, man. Crazy. It's just crazy, man. Right? But again, is Trump going to send the National Guard to Utah now? Right? Is that what's going to happen? Is Trump going to send the National Guard to Utah because of the political violence that's occurring there? I don't think he is. Right? But again, we don't know who did this. Okay? We don't. And I don't know if we're ever going to know. I don't know what kind of evidence or leads they're chasing. But I will say this, guys. I will say that I'm going to turn 56 years old next month. Okay? I turn 56 in a little over a month. Okay? Yeah, just saying, I'm with you on that. Right? I don't know if we're ever going to fucking... I doubt he will be caught too. I don't know. I don't know what kind of information they have. Maybe they have some leads. Maybe they're just being tight-lipped about it. But one thing I do want to say with this is I want to say that, like, I have witnessed a ramping up of politically violent rhetoric and political violence indeed in action. Okay, with the masked marauders chasing people down the street, smashing windows and dragging Hispanic people out of their cars, right? Even if, sending people who committed no crime to 𝗙ecie terrorism prison in El Salvador, threatening to deport people to third-party countries they've never even been to, and just calls of violence and threats to invade cities with the military. Okay, and Trump has been the guy who has instigated all of this violent rhetoric. He has been instigating violent rhetoric since he fucking came into, started running for this office. I mean, even before, during the birther shit, when he was trying to say Obama was a terrorist. And it really started during Obama's administration when people started taking their hoods off and becoming, like, obviously racist. And these guys have ridden waves of racism. Every time there's a shooting, they say it's trans people. You know how many trans people have committed suicide because of these motherfuckers? Because of Trump and because of Charlie Kirk and their minions? A lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot, man. And so, like, I don't know, dude. And Trump didn't do anything to quell this political violence. He was even amplifying it in that fucking speech today. He was amplifying it in his little fucking speech where he's sitting there talking about the radical left, okay? And talking about, right? You know what I'm saying? We've heard him tell the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. He pardoned 1,500 people who attacked police and smeared human feces on the walls of the Capitol, guys that after he pardoned them went out and shot at cops and were committing rapes and shit, fucking criminals, right? And he, even in his speech, he talked about political violence and he didn't even mention the Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota that were executed by a right-winger a couple months ago. Like, dude, it's fucking just not cool, man. It's like they're just pushing buttons. They desperately want some type of war. They desperately want to murder and jail, like, Democrats, not Democratic leaders. They just want us all put away because they believe we're demons. You know what I mean? And yeah, there was a school shooting in Colorado, like, right after this. And, like, are we going to pass a gun law? No, we're not, right? We're not going to pass a gun law. Are we? Are we? We're just going to have a president who continually threatens to invade American cities. If you're Democrats, he's going to invade you. He's going to send in the military, right? To take part, to fucking, to harm you. When in reality, it's a small town in a red state, a small red town in an open carry red state. where fucking Charlie Kirk died today at the hands of some professional hitman who was trying to fucking, take him out, man. But now, a very real fear is what he's going to do to justify. You're not alone, man. I think we all have that fear. And Clown, I'm with you too. I wish there was true freedom. It's hard. It's hard, the battle for political power. But can I share a thread with you guys? Because again, I did not realize that Charlie Kirk had enemies on the right. Okay? I know people on the left didn't like him. I know that we didn't like him because he was transphobic and all this shit. But this thread that I'm about to share with you is really crazy. Okay? And this is true right here, what you're about to see, that I didn't realize about like the Nick Fuentes Groper, the anti-Israel wing of the right wing, okay? Because we have right wingers, okay? The right wingers are, transphobic, they're misogynist, whatever, they have their religion, but there is an anti-Israel right wing that fucking hated Charlie Kirk. They thought he was like somebody who was advancing their movement, and then they thought he was a sellout, okay? That he was a fucking sellout, that he was going to like sink their movement. He was like a shill for Israel. But look at this thread. It says Robert Downen, okay? He's a writer at Texas Monthly, okay? And he says he helped expose Southern Baptist abuse. Okay, all right, he says, I'm not in any way speculating, but I'm actually shocked how few people know that Charlie Kirk has for years been among the most reviled people on the planet by white supremacists, many of whom were radicalized by sustained campaigns painting him as an anti-white fraud. Okay, there's a movement in the white supremacy circles. Again, I'm not speculating about the shooter. I just have been stunned how quickly people have jumped with certainty to partisan conclusions, because in extremism spaces, the Charlie Kirk hater to Nazi pipeline is canon. Okay? And it's how we got a generation of anti-Semitic extremists. Nick Fuentes literally built his movement attacking Kirk from the right. They turned him into a caricature of all that they detested: faux populism, Zionism, and anti-white policy, astroturfed by billionaires and establishment elites who would sell out their race for political power. Now, dude, this is a real, this shit is really deep, like far, far right, like the sort of anti-Semitic far right, which are the people that, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, for me, it's hard to think that there are people to the right of Charlie Kirk, right? I mean, I can't imagine it. But there were, man. There were people, like there's a lot. There's a whole movement of people to the right of Charlie Kirk that looked at him like a sellout, the same way that Laura Loomer looks at MTG and thinks she's a sellout. Like Laura Loomer was even attacking Charlie Kirk not too long ago. Let's look at this, okay? And then we'll finish this. But if we look at Laura Loomer, but look at this. This is Laura Loomer, not that long ago, right here, July 13th. I don't ever want to hear Charlie Kirk claim he is pro-Trump ever again. After this weekend, I'd say he revealed himself as political opportunist, and I've had a front row seat to witness the mental gymnastics these last 10 years. She's calling him out for 10 years. Lately, Charlie has decided to behave like a charlatan, claiming to be pro-Trump one day while he stabs Trump in the back the next. TPUSA was only able to thrive thanks to the generosity of President Trump. On the one-year anniversary of the assassination attempt on Trump's life, Charlie hosted comic Dave Smith at TPS USA SAS conference, where Dave Smith was able to speak to a bunch of conservative youth at an organization that claims to be pro-Trump. 3 weeks ago, Dave Smith called for President Trump to be impeached and removed from office over his decision to blow up Iran's nuclear facilities. Charlie played both sides of the Iran issue on his show, as we all saw, because he wants to play both sides of the aisle. The honorable thing to do is to have a position and actually defend it to the death instead of flip-flopping. Okay? Smith said all of MAGA should turn on Trump and abandon him. He said this 3 weeks ago. See the clip below. 𝗞PUSA is definitely not pro-Trump. If they were, they certainly aren't anymore. Out of all the incredible pro-Trump voices out there who support the president, Charlie decided to host Dave Smith. It's really shameful, and I'm honestly just disgusted by the nonstop flip-flopping on the right. So now this is interesting because Laurel Loomer was like directing this rage and animosity. Laurel Loomer, right? She's like not even the most extreme MAGA, okay? But like, so you see, there are extremists on the right that more than likely may have been the ones responsible for this. Now, let's get back to this thread here, okay? And Kirk hatred was also crucial to their growth. All right, this is Nick Fuentes built his movement attacking Kirk from the right. And Kirk hatred was also crucial to their growth. At 𝗞PUSA events, they'd grill him on Israel, immigration, etc., never going mask off, but subtly injecting their invective into more mainstream GOP conversations. And this would inevitably peel off a few sympathizers in attendance. So again, what this guy is saying is there's been a movement of far, far right, like Nazi people that would go to 𝗞PUSA events and they would try to find people who thought Charlie was too soft. That there were people going to Charlie Kirk's as though he was like to the left of them, and they were trying to radicalize even inside that movement. Again, I find it astonishing to think that there are people further right than Charlie Kirk, but there were. The Groper War, as they call it, is literally how Nick Fuentes became Nick Fuentes. It's how a generation of angry young men took their first steps into the fascist rabbit hole. For many, it was as simple as starting to question why Charlie Kirk wouldn't say XYZ about ABC. Okay? Again, I'm not speculating on the shooter. We'll know soon enough. I just think this is crucial history. If it doesn't help us understand the events of today, it will certainly help us understand things 2 and 5 and 10 years from now. And he said, one clarification in my first tweet, I meant to say had, not has been reviled for years. Over the last few years, Kirk steadily moved further and further right and was openly talking about great replacement theory, Christian nationalism, and other once fringier things. Okay? And so that's true too, right? Dude, this shit is crazy, guys. It is crazy, man. Again, though, guys, I don't know. And I don't know if we're ever going to know who actually killed Charlie Kirk. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. But I'm just saying, like, what I witnessed today was shocking and mind-numbing and you know, a little scary, because I realized that, like, you know, I feel like there's a huge portion of the right wing that openly wants violence on left-wingers, and they're just looking for an excuse. And you know what I'm saying? And so somebody could just off Charlie Kirk with a professional hit, and it may well be open season on left-wing people for nothing, even though there's no proof that a left-wing person did this. Like, you know what I mean? And I mean, dude, I've been getting death threats for years. I was getting death threats as a gamer for being woke, for defending trans people. I used to get a steady stream of death threats. For what? For wanting equal rights for people. I never preached any violence. I never, like, preached killing people or harming people or jailing fucking Republicans. But, like, dude, simply defending trans people and speaking up for women in the gaming community got me a stream of death threats. And after Andrew Tate, after I went on there and called out his misogyny and his, like, grooming young men, dude, I just literally, for months, I felt like I had a target on my back. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, there's a climate out there where, dude, I worry about taking a bullet. I do. I worry that, like, I could take a bullet simply for, you know, trying to get us health care, man. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking unreal. Dude, it's just unreal. Matt, it was not a trans person. This was a professional, high level, like, this was a special forces military person. I guarantee you. I don't think they're ever going to find him. I think this was a fucking government level hit. I don't know what government or where, but this feels like it was a high level. I mean, that shot was like a sniper, you know, a sniper neck shot, a one shot kill trying to ignite, some type of like spate of violence. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you know what's crazy though? Is I guess there was a petition at this school, guys. There was a petition. 7,000 people signed a petition to try and prevent Charlie Kirk from speaking. And just imagine if he had been banned from speaking today, he'd still be alive, right? Isn't that crazy? Like, but dude, this, I don't know, this feels like a setup. It feels like this happened, and then today there was a bunch of religious, like the Democrats are demons, they're evil, and like they're trying to stop Christianity. It's an attack on all Christians. It's an attack on all right-wingers, and everybody's just like trying to turn this into some like political violence when they don't even know who did the shooting. And Trump is out there saying, only mentioning right-wing attacks and saying radical left violence when they don't even have a shooter, like all this assumption, when I literally think this was a far right fucking like government hit or some shit. And yeah, major Epstein distraction. As we all know, like the Epstein stuff was really, I know you guys saw it. I haven't watched the 𝗏𝗡𝗏 video, but a bunch of people in my comments were talking about about this thing that was in that birthday book and about how this is Mar-a-Lago, right? I remember yesterday I was commenting about how this was on the island and they're like, no, this is Mar-a-Lago. This is Mar-a-Lago. And it's like, yeah, dude, it really is. Like I got so focused on the nuts and bolts of this, I never even looked at that. Like there's some deep level connection with Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein and a lot of other powerful people, right? Could somebody have fucking done this to try and change the trajectory of this whole thing to make this other fucking thing become more important? I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know. It's so hard to tell. I know though that the Epstein fucking scenario is deep, okay? It is high level. The Epstein shit, okay? The entire government conspired to give Epstein immunity, right? Who drew that? So I'm going to research it. That was one of Epstein's friends, okay? If we look at it, hold on, let me find the fucking thing. Let's just take a look at that. It'll be a welcome respite from all this fucking violence stuff, dude. Crazy, man. All right. So if we look at this, this is the birthday book. Okay. This is the birthday book. Now, if we look at this, this happens in the friends section. It's after Jean-Luc Brunel, Dershowitz, right? Then there's Bill Elkus, Nick, this is, I believe, Jean-Luc. Then there's somebody Mitchell. Then there's the animal shit. This is Dear Jeffrey. This is Joel. Okay. And then it jumps into Joseph Pagano. But I'm assuming this is the Joel guy, right? Was it Joel? We don't know who fucking signed it. It's like not signed. But if you go and look at the table of contents, right? And you see under the friends, there's a Joel 𝗙𝗪𝗏, right? Joel 𝗙𝗪𝗏, Joe Pagano. Okay? So if we look at Joel 𝗙𝗪𝗏, but I don't know if he's the guy who did it. Like, let me see. Joel was holding the check. Okay. Okay, it says the cartoon about massages. A drawing showing Epstein receiving balloons from young girls in 93. Now, I didn't get the impression that he was receiving balloons from young girls. I got the impression quite the opposite, that Epstein was giving the balloons to young girls, right? Right? I didn't get that he was receiving. Dude, let's go, Shock. Because look, the girl's reaching for the balloons. He wasn't receiving them. He was like giving them. Okay? But, so it says the proximity of this to a man named Joel led to unconfirmed speculation that he might be the artist. A letter attributed to Donald Trump is framed by a drawing of a nude woman, right? So, and I mean, there was the page before it that said Joel. So we don't really know. I don't know who drew that cartoon. So here we go. You couldn't find out who drew it? Yeah. It says, right here, it says, drawing shows Epstein giving young girls balloons. That's what I saw it as too, that he was giving them. One of the most striking images in the collection is a drawing of him handing young girls balloons and a lollipop labeled as 1983 alongside another drawing of him receiving a massage from topless women labeled as 2003. One of the women has Epstein's initials tattooed on her bottom, which is right there. The image shows a private jet with the same tail number as Epstein's Lolita Express, which was at the center of the sex trafficking case filed against him. And it also shows Mar-a-Lago. Okay? It shows Mar-a-fucking-Lago right there. Okay? And this is Mar-a-Lago from like the beach view. Okay? If you look at Mar-a-Lago, so the beach of Mar-a-Lago would be on the west. If you look at Mar-a-Lago from the west, okay, if you look at it, it has that fucking, right? You see how it has that terrace up there? It fucking has that terrace up there that is like, it's like one of those Mediterranean archway with skinny pillar terraces. That is a crazy view of what looks like fucking Mar-a-Lago. All right. Now, the only thing I couldn't really square when looking at this, if you look at this imagery, okay, if we look at Mar-a-Lago, it's got the roofs, it's got the fucking terraces here. The one thing that I couldn't really square on the image is, I guess, this little peak, but that sort of looks like a building behind it. It is definitely not Epstein's place on the island. If you look at Epstein Island, okay, Epstein Island was a one-story place, okay? If you look at the main house on Epstein Island, look at this image, okay? This is the Epstein Island house, guys, okay? If you look at it, it is a one-story place. It's not big, okay? It has some archways and shit, but that is not, it's also white. You know what I mean? And I mean, if you look at this, I mean, I guess it's kind of white, right? But this looks like multiple stories, looks like 3 stories, which is definitely more like a Mar-a-Lago, right? It's hard to gauge because it's like shaded, but it does look like it has the color of that thatched roof, right? That clay shingle roof. You know what I'm saying? And this is a blue roof. It is not a clay tile. Okay, Mar-a-Lago has that Spanish looking or Italian, it's more Italian looking clay tile. Okay? And that is definitely the dark reddish clay tile. His fucking roof his roof there was fucking, blue. Okay? It is definitely a multi-story. Now, when you say, why is it Mar-a-Lago and not Epstein's Island, is really interesting because it's implying that this kind of shit was going on at Mar-a-Lago. That Mar-a-Lago, for better or for worse or for whatever, was part of the epicenter of this fucking scenario. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's where the spa was. That's where the whatever, I mean, and now Virginia Giuffre, she was recruited from Mar-a-Lago in 2000, which would be 3 years before this. So you know what I mean? So there's an implication here with this drawing that like this whole thing and all these women and whatever, what a great country is obviously talking about, America. What a great country, Mar-a-Lago, right? This is fucking crazy shit, bro. And I'll be honest, I didn't notice this. Like, I got so hamstrung on the balloons for the little girls and this that I didn't even notice the Mar-a-Lago thing. Now I know Adam Mockler, I guess, did a video about this. See, here's what's crazy is when I was making my thumbnail, I was debating whether to put this on my thumb. Like, how will YouTube react to this? So I started going on YouTube, looking at everybody who made a video about this to see if they were putting this thumb on the thumbnail. Like, was YouTube pinging it? Was their shit getting like low views or whatever? And I noticed Adam Mockler's thumb had a circle around this and blown up with just that building. But I didn't even think about it because my focus was on the massages, the young girls, the creepy sort of pedo aspect, especially this shit of him giving balloons to these kids, right? Now, what ended up happening is later I was like, oh, everybody in my comments yesterday was like, that's Mar-a-Lago, that's Mar-a-Lago. They all watched the Adam Mockler video and I was like, oh, that's why he did that. But if you look at Epstein's house in Florida, it was white, 2-story, and it didn't have any of those patios. His Palm Beach home did not look like that at all. Okay, you'll see. If we look at his Palm Beach, the Brio, right? There was his Brio, his Brio home. Okay, Brio Way, right? It's a white roof. It's surrounded by trees. It had some, air conditioning units and shit and a little patio up above by the pool. But for the most part, it was not a red roof like that. This was a pretty standard, like, not super fancy house. You know what I mean? His. I mean, it was nice, but Epstein's house wasn't really ritzy. But this definitely looks like Mar-a-Lago. It absolutely 100% looks like Mar-a-Lago. We could probably find an exact image of it, but the roofing is definitely Mar-a-Lago inspired. I mean, it kind of looks like this version, like this view. Where is it? Like it really looks like just like that. You know what I'm saying? This is a terrible picture. But I think it's from the west, right? From the beach. But it's not. I guess it's kind of looking at it from the east. There's one. When was the lookout tower built? All right. So here we go. But I mean, if you see, it definitely has this. See, I don't know if these other buildings were built or not, but let me see. Mar-a-Lago lookout tower. So, yeah, so the 75-foot tower was always there. All right. Right? More than 100 rooms in a 75-foot tower. See? Now, it's possible if you look at it, it looks a little smaller. I don't know if there have been add-ons, but this definitely, like this part right here, definitely feels like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you stay safe too, guys. But so again, we don't know who drew this. Okay? We don't really know who drew this. I mean, if you look at it, guys, if you look at it, it comes between the Dear Jeffrey, Happy 50th, Joel, okay? And there's some drawings of some women in like suggestive positions, showing their boobs, kicking up her leg. It's a mermaid, but with her butt up in the air, right? The balloons and the cake and a plane. And then it's got Jeffrey's Lolita Express, him giving balloons 20 years ago, him being massaged, Mar-a-Lago. And then there's the check. Okay, that is the letter from Joel, who is, that's Joe Pagano, right? But the check this is Joel, right? Is this the Joel Pashkow, right? I mean, it is. Yeah, the guy with the hat is him. That's him, right? That's the guy who's in the hat holding the check, who definitely, that's the guy who made this. And then this says Joel. So we can only assume that, I don't know if he drew this, but we can only assume that this was an inclusion of Joel's, right? I don't know if he did the drawing, but he got the drawing done, right? Yeah, good night, Aaron. Good night. Yeah, well, one thing I would like to say about that, Aaron saying not forgetting about 9/11, I would like to say this. The thing that I remember most about 9/11 is that Saudi Arabia paid for that shit. And I'd like to share one thing right here, guys. Okay? Saudi Arabia paid for fucking 9/11, and right there, that's what I think about when I think about 9/11. I think about how the money for that came from Saudi Arabia, and we sell them like weapons out the wazoo, man. And what the fuck is this? The fuck is this shit? Bro? Like, you know, oil freaks, yeah. Dude, this shit bothers me, man. Our relationship with, like, I have nothing against Saudi Arabian people. You know what I'm saying? I realize they're just like us. They're trying to fucking survive. You know what I mean? But like this shit, the Saudi Arabian government, the people that bone sawed a fucking journalist, they paid for 9/11, and we sell them weapons. They're like our friends. And Donald Trump in particular was like, he looked the other way while MBS bone sawed a fucking Washington Post journalist. And then they gave him $2 billion to Jared fucking Kushner, bro. So like that MBS government, whatever's going on with that shit is they're not our friends. Okay? The general people of Saudi Arabia, just like the general people of Israel, I have nothing with them. I realize they're just caught in the middle. But that MBS government and Netanyahu's government, like, bro, I don't trust those motherfuckers. They would like burn us down to acquire some power in 2 fucking seconds. And this shit bothers me, man. And now Trump is taking a $400 million jet from Qatar? Like, really? What are we doing, man? Dude, that shit is fucking brutal, dude. Not good, man. Look at his look, too. Look at Trump's face. Like he sold his soul to the devil, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do the same. I don't equate a population to the government either, because the government is fucking different. You know what I mean? The government is not the people. I mean, right now, my government, I abhor my government. They're toxic. They're killing people. They're murdering people all over the world. And fucking, you know, I don't even know if they didn't just kill Charlie Kirk. But this, when I saw this, I was like, fuck, bro. This is not good, man. This is not good, dude. Qatar is not like Saudi Arabia. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know a lot about Qatar. I know, though, that a lot of the high-level people in, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the high-level government officials in the Middle East, in those nations, they're super corrupt. They're super powerful. They have more money than God. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, I don't know, dude. I don't even know who they have allegiance to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And like, dude. But again, I don't know who drew this picture, to get back. Yeah, when people start having that much money, they're inherently dangerous, guys. You know, when you can afford to have people killed and shit, you become inherently dangerous. You agree Qatar is mostly on the good side? See, I don't know about the government, okay? I do know that, like, again, the people, I'm not going to judge the people in any of these locations. I'm not going to judge the people in Iran, you know, because they're just fucking struggling with survival too, you know? But I don't know a lot about the Qatari government, though. I've heard rumors that they're funders of fucking terrorism. You know what I'm saying? And I know that, like, there's a lot of competing forces in the Middle East. You know what I mean? There's like factions of Muslims that are trying to fund the destruction of other Muslims. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of power wars over there because of the amount of oil, the amount of resources there. It is like, when you look at this, guys, okay, when you look at the Middle East, forget about the governments, forget about the people, forget about the religions. The main problem with the Middle East and is the same shit that's going on with South America with Venezuela is Venezuela and the Middle East have so much of the most precious, most monetarily valuable resource in the world. It's like the power source of like huge portions of global industry is fueled by that which the Middle East and Venezuela have the most of. Okay, so there's a lot of grappling for power that is exclusively related to trying to control as much of that substance as possible. Okay, and that's really where the corruption. I mean, if you look at Venezuela, Venezuela's had so much corruption, guys, because everybody who takes power in Venezuela is trying to fucking control that oil. They're right. You know what I mean? So like it's like there's so much power just in being the leader of Venezuela because you're sitting on the fucking oil reserves that are the most of this substance in the whole world. So anybody who takes power there, it's almost like they get instantly corrupted by that. And you know what I mean? It's just really fucking hard, man. It's like hard, dude. All of this, like, it's like capitalism is just so gnarly, dude. It's so gnarly. You know what I mean? And like, man, dude, you know what I'm saying? Dude, my sky, well, thank you for that. Hear me speak about everything you have been carrying in your soul and validating to hear it said out loud. Thank you. I mean, dude, I'm a verbal processor, guys. And I'm trying to process the fucking, you know, I'm trying to process this global like world of like violence. You know what I mean? Like there's been so much violence in Gaza. Like even think about what we've been doing today, guys. Today, I watched Charlie Kirk get murdered on a video, but like, dude, 40,000 of those just happened in Gaza in like a year. 40,000 little kids got ripped apart in the school shootings in America. Sandy Hook, Uvalde, right? Columbine, you know what I mean? The last 25 years, right? It's like people getting ripped apart. We could roll back to that crazy shooter at the music festival in Vegas. The guy, right, who knocked out the windows and just started executing people at a fucking country music festival. Like, there's so much violence. Yes, how many died in Ukraine? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it's like so crazy. The Pulse nightclub, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. You know what I'm saying? In fucking Florida. It's like, when are we going to stop? You know what I'm saying? When is this thirst for violence and imperialism and destruction gonna stop? You know, when are we gonna get some sensible fucking gun laws here in America? You know? Dude, the people of the Congo, Rwanda, like, dude, you know? Like, fuck, man. South Africa, like, it's like nonstop killing, dude. Dude, Uvalde was rough, man. Resources, power, money, power. And like it feels like when people get into the upper echelons of this power, right? They fucking they're no longer trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? Dude. What a fucking day, bro. At one point it was sugar. Yeah. No, I mean, dude, the sugar was crazy. There's a lot of slavery. A lot of people died because of sugar cane, right? And the slavery related to sugar was still in the Virgin Islands and in Florida was still happening in the 1940s, man. They still had enslaved people over sugar cane. I know, dude, Uncle F, I'm with you, boss. today was like, it's pretty exhausting, guys. Just pretty fucking crazy. What a crazy night too. We had like 1,000 people in here tonight, guys. Just insane. And you know, I'm trying to process this shit. I'm trying to process like witnessing a rise in political violence and domestic abuse and shit while we have a president that is calling for more. He's been consistently calling for the death and the harm of radical leftists, which include me, since he's been running for fucking president, man. And yes, I believe that all of this violence, this uptick, Melissa Hortman, those Democratic lawmakers, even Charlie Kirk, I believe that Donald Trump is ultimately responsible for this, for fomenting a constant, like, war and violent and aggro type of leadership. Look what they did. They literally just changed the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Why would they do that? Right? They literally changed that department from defense to war. Why would you change it to the Department of War unless you are trying to send a message that you want war? They blew up a fucking boat off the shore, a boat that had no way of getting to America. Okay? There was no way for that little boat to get to America. No fucking way. I don't care if there were even drugs on it. That shit was not getting to America. They sent a missile to it, and then they fucking put that video everywhere with jokes. The president of the United States bombing a boat full of people with no due process. They have no proof that anything was on there. It's never going to make it to America. They execute those people with a missile, and they post that shit like they're happy about it, joking. We're going to kill everybody that we decide is doing something wrong. Like, dude, that's like war crimes, man. Sending innocent people to prison in El Salvador and then saying you're never going to get them back. A gay barber who never did shit. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? It is bloodlust. Dude, every day I get on the internet and I see people talking about wanting to like string me up because I believe transgender people should be able to go to school and play softball or play basketball or be able to get their hormones or be able to transition in peace, be able to work a job. And they want to murder me. They want to fucking string me up. They want to gun me down or put me in a prison camp because I think that transgender people should be allowed to have the same gender affirming care I have access to, right? If I need hormones because I'm old or I can't get it up, they'll give me hormones. But if I was transgender, they want to fucking lock me up. They want to like forcibly detransition me. Like, what the fuck, man? Because of their religion, right? And then as soon as somebody who preaches this kind of nasty shit dies by gunfire, they don't even know who killed them. All of a sudden, now it's me who did it. It's the leftists. They're talking about imprisoning every leftist politician or shutting down all of the leftist content creators. Because why? Because they hate leftists. They're mad that somebody murdered Charlie Kirk. Some professional hitman killed Charlie Kirk. And all of a sudden, they want to use that as an excuse to exterminate me? You know what I mean? Like, fuck off, man. They're just begging for a civil war or like to harm us, you know? It's like, my God, dude. Like, enough with the violence. Like, enough. MAGA, you literally just saw violence like shred the neck of one of your own that was preaching hate and religious domination, misogyny, racism, right? Xenophobia, transphobia. Like, enough. Stop the hate, okay? Stop, like, escalating violence. You know what I mean? Oh, it is time women ruled the world, man. Dude. Dude, shit is crazy. But yeah, man. But I will say this though. I want to read something that somebody wrote, okay? You ready? I'm not going to tell you who it is, but I'm going to read somebody wrote something that was really poignant. And I want to read it to you, okay? And I'm not going to say the person, but I'm going to read it. And it just said, man, this news is something but not surprising. Tommy, I appreciate your takes and having this space, your live channels and videos. It's one of the few places I can go where I feel like you and many other folks are logical and caring and aren't delusional and often make good sense. Okay? It's really difficult to see the more religious folks who some I consider light touch friends / acquaintances express their feelings on this, as from their perspectives, Charlie Kirk was a good and righteous dude. But any non-delusional person could plainly see he wasn't. He was openly racist, homophobic, transphobic, highly combative, and antagonizing. As a caveat, I didn't know Charlie Kirk as a person or what kind of guy he was in his personal life, but his public life, I don't feel like he was a positive influence on the world or even remotely close to a force for good. In fact, I'd say the opposite. And from so much of what's out there, I'm made to feel as though that's wrong to think that. I don't wish for anyone to have to die, but I cannot suppose the world will be a better, more positive place without people like Charlie Kirk in it. I don't know, just kind of a stream of consciousness here, but I think many folks may resonate with what I'm getting at. That was somebody who wrote that, who was like poignantly trying to come to terms with the fact that like Charlie Kirk was combative and antagonistic and homophobic and transphobic and racist. And he espoused really reckless racism, shit about like, degenerating like black people, saying anytime he saw a black person with a job of skill or power, he assumed they didn't deserve it, right? Part of the DEI, the CRT, the anti-woke shit. You know what I'm saying? And he constantly like mentioning how gay people should be killed according to the Bible and denigrating women. You know what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is the less energy like that we have in the world, the better off humanity is going to be. Now, I'm not advocating for running around shooting people. Not, because I don't think that that's a solution. But I do know that the type of energy that Charlie Kirk put into the world, we don't need more of that. We need much, much less of that kind of energy, that kind of like trying to marginalize and demonize people and trying to fucking turn people against one another for what? For the way they have sex or who they love or what religion they fucking do. I mean, just literally, can we just take a minute to just look at his feed? Okay? Can we just look at Charlie Kirk's feed? Like, if you look at his feed, let's look at what he was posting about, right? Look at this. If we want things to change, it's 100% necessary to politicize the senseless murder of 𝗙𝗎𝗓𝗪𝗔. Okay, because it was politics that allowed a monster with 14 priors to kill her. So he was trying to like antagonize against Democrats because a schizophrenic guy didn't get appropriately imprisoned. Okay, he wants to politicize a schizophrenic guy murdering a woman. Okay, right? And you right? And then look at this, anti-Black Lives Matter, tying Black Lives Matter to that murder. Okay, right? And him attacking fucking, him and Jillian Michaels, who was defending slavery not too long ago, doing more of their white supremacist shit. Okay? And Charlie Kirk trying to make that fucking killing of that schizophrenic black guy into like a race war. He's trying to monetize that shit. Race war. Okay? Look at this shit though. Here's him like anti-Islam. Okay? He has been on a tear about Islam. right? Going after Zora Mamdani and Fateh in Minneapolis, okay? Ilhan Omar, anybody who is Muslim, okay? Right? Him, like, politicizing this woman, okay? Like, using her, a poor woman who got murdered ruthlessly by a schizophrenic person. Dude, I have a half brother who's schizophrenic, and he didn't take his medication at one point, and my mom found knives under his pillow. He could have stabbed some of us. Schizophrenia is really crazy, and there's no mental fucking health care in America, right? Could have been anyone. But Charlie Kirk is literally using her fearful face to try and, like, incite a race fucking war or an anti-liberal, anti-left-wing thing, right? And he's like turning it into a black versus white thing. Oh, he's like, you capitalize black, you don't capitalize white. Anti-white racism is what he's playing, okay? Dude, that picture is horrible, man. That picture was so sad and so tragic, but, like, my God, dude, okay? You know what I'm saying? And he's attacking the judge, right? Attacking the judge. He wasn't in the courtroom. He doesn't know what's going on there. He was all about this fucking killing, okay? And now he's like fucking him and Nick Sortor, they're starting this whole white people aren't safe, right? Racism. This guy, endless supply of racism, politicizing every racist thing he possibly could, okay? Nonstop, dude, okay? Nonstop. More racism, okay? More racism, dude. He was going off on that killing, dude. Nothing over and over and over again on that killing. And like turning into an anti-Democrat thing. Okay? Right? And he's saying that, like, dude, like, he's saying that Democrats aren't upset that innocent people get murdered. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We don't like innocent people getting murdered. Did Charlie Kirk say anything when Melissa Hortman was murdered? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But he was laying into this. Look at this shit. Islam is the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America. Guys, what the fuck is this? What the fuck kind of human being says this shit? Islam is the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America. He's lumping Islam as a danger, as a murderer, the entire religion, and he's saying the left, we on the left, all of us are using this dangerous religion to literally slit the throat of America. Like, my God, who didn't want to kill Charlie Kirk? It's not a leftist. I don't want to kill somebody over this, but my God, that statement. What kind of statement is this? This guy was stoking so much rage, pitting like Muslims against Christians, left against right, like Nazi adjacent. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, man? I'm not in mourning, guys. I'm tired, though, of like a constant violence rhetoric, pitting one against the other, trying to get Christianity to fight Islam, Christianity to kill atheists, cisgendered people to kill trans people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is fucking bullshit. Okay? This guy, he was not a good person. Right? Now, I'm not going to celebrate his death because I think political violence is horrifying and I don't want to be a victim of it, but Charlie Kirk was not a good person. He was not. He was so harmful. He spent his days stoking rage and a thirst for death, like claiming that people are murderers, right? He's saying the left and this religion is like going to slit the throat of the country? Like, what the fuck is this, bro? This is like one of the most disgusting statements I've ever fucking seen a human being make. And he's proclaiming this shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, dude, and then this guy gets killed. Like, I'm not shocked. I'm not fucking shocked that this guy got shot, man. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, bro? This guy was just steeped in proclamations of violence and fear-mongering and like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want anyone to get shot, but when you show me the person who spews this shit all day and then you tell me that that guy got shot, I'm not surprised. Like, my God, dude, like, who's he not attacking? It's like attacking black people, attacking trans people, attacking Islam, lumping the whole left, saying they're slitting the throat of America. Like, come on, man. Do better. This kind of rhetoric is like, you're not fucking helping anybody. You're not helping bring peace to the world when you're talking like this shit. Islam is not our enemy, okay? It shouldn't be our enemy. Christianity shouldn't be our enemy. We're all human beings here struggling to fucking keep our heads above water in an imperialist capitalist society that literally just fucking like, it's like I feel every day like there's a faction of political people who want to kill me just because I want human rights to be a thing. You know what I'm saying? There's billionaires who are threatening the entire Congress, that they're threatening, do what the billionaire says or they're going to replace you all. And like, I'm fucking worried about how I'm going to fucking help my kid get to New York City, or how I'm going to fucking, you know, feed my goddamn family. You know what I mean? And what's crazy is if you watch that clip, okay, somebody was talking to him about shootings and Charlie made a quip about trans people, implying that transgender people were the problem with shooting. And then another question about mass shootings. And he made a quip about gang violence, which of course is directed at people, black people. When Charlie Kirk said gangs or Chicago, you know he was talking about black people. And he did that right up until the moment somebody fucking killed him, man. And it wasn't a leftist, man. You know what I'm saying? It was not a fucking leftist. It was like a professional hit, dude. I don't know, man. He was like saying that shit right up till the end. But dude, this right here, the person who fucking posted this tweet is not a good person. And Donald Trump said, this is common sense. This is not common sense, man. This is like negativity, bro. This is like trying to incite a civil war, trying to get innocent left-wing people or Muslims killed for doing nothing other than simply kneeling down to pray, or fucking saying like, I want trans people to be able to have health care. And no sympathy for murdered kids. I don't want civil war, guys. If right-wingers want to have a religious theocratic government, I say let's separate. Let's give them part of the country and let them have that shit. Let them abuse each other. Let them have no health care. Let them carry guns everywhere and shoot each other. I don't care. I don't want any part of it. I don't want to convince them to be good, to be compassionate, to be empathetic. I just want to be away from them. I don't want fucking armed military men with guns walking around armored cars on every street corner. I want health care. I want people to be able to fucking live however they want, to fuck whomever they want, to believe whatever religion they want or don't believe a religion, to be able to just be free to create and fucking like, you know, let their neighbors be whoever the fuck they are and not try to check genitals or to control them or demand they worship some fucking non-existent goddamn God. You know? Like fucking A, bro. I don't want to be neighbors though with people that say this shit. that are like lumping in an entire religion and an entire group of people in America saying we're trying to slit the throat of the country. It's fucking disgusting. You know what I mean? I mean, look at this shit.
The spiritual battle is coming to the West. And the enemies are wokeism or Marxism combining with Islamism.
Dude, look at that shit. Dude, Seattle Jen, thank you. Look at this shit. The enemies.
And the enemies are wokeism or Marxism combining with Islamism.
Dude, the enemies. This guy, this motherfucker, the enemies are wokeism. What the fuck is wokeism? They can't even define that fucking word. Wokeism is anybody who's not them, right? You believe in civil rights, you believe, like you're gay, you're the enemy. Marxism, people who are tired of billionaires owning and manipulating the government and forcing us to fucking live with nothing while they fucking abuse the wealth and use it against us. And we're the enemies. And then Muslims, like the enemies, right? He's sitting there saying, oh, the enemies. Dude, this guy, not a good person. Not a fucking good person. Okay? This kind of energy is not good for the world. It's bad for humanity. And I don't know if we're ever going to find out what happened, but it almost feels like the fabric of humanity rose up and said enough. Enough of this fucking rhetoric. Enough of this fucking, like, wanting to kill the enemy. I am not anybody's enemy. Because I believe that gay people are allowed to fucking love who they want to love. Or I'll hang a pride flag because I want gay people to know they're safe. I am not an enemy because of that. I am not woke. Okay? I'm a human being that believes everybody's allowed to just be who they are without you religious zealot motherfuckers telling them that you have a right to tell them how they need to be. Because you think you have some goddamn special fucking power over people because you believe you know the creator. You don't. All right? Fuck you. And fuck you for fucking like saying the whole left or whatever. Like, we're not slitting the throat of anything. We want you fucking crazy, bloodthirsty, religious zealot motherfuckers to get the fuck away from us. Get your guns away from us. Get your fucking nooses away from us. Get your constant hatred of like saying that if we believe gay people are normal, that we're espousing some ideology, that we're trying to like make the whole world trans. Fuck you. Just get away from us. Just fucking go away. Go fucking hate your own people. Go to a fucking Cracker Barrel and fucking just fucking put targets on each other's back. But leave me the fuck out of it. You know what I'm saying? Leave me out of it. I don't want your guns. I don't want your violence. I don't want your like claims that wokeism and Marxism and Islamism and all the isms. It's like fucking A, man. Your obsession with what kind of genitals are in somebody's pants or who they love. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of it. I want you to just get away from me. Leave me alone. Right? I'm not trying to kill you. I'm not trying to win a battle. I just want you to go away. You know? I just want you to go away, you fucking MAGA haters. Fucking bloodthirsty. You want to watch public executions. You want to watch masked people beat down immigrants for doing nothing for a paperwork violation. You know what I mean? You're fucking sick. And now you're like wanting some civil war. There's people saying, oh, liberals, we're going to fucking kill you all because somebody ordered a professional hit on this negative fucking creep. Okay? And you don't even know who fucking killed him.
To go after what we call the American way of life. And the
but again,
spiritual battle is coming to the West. And the enemies are wokeism or Marxism combining with Islamism to go after what we call the American way of life. And the American way of life is very simple. I want to be able to get married, buy a home, have kids, allow them to ride their bike till the sun goes down.
Again, there's no Marxist or gay or trans person or fucking Muslim person that's going to prevent him from getting married, having a kid. Okay, dude, let's go. Cardell. Thank you, boss. I fucking appreciate you. There's nobody that he's talking about that's the enemy that's preventing them from having those things. They can get married. They can have kids. Their kids can ride their bike. They could go and worship their God. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They can stick their dick in whatever hole they want. They can be secretly gay like nobody fucking cares. None of the people he's preaching against, the ideologies he's attacking, have any relevance on him getting married and doing this shit. And they've been talking about this shit for like 10 years, man.
Send them to a good school. Have a low crime neighborhood. Not to have my kid be taught the lesbian, gay, transgender garbage in their school.
Look at that shit. Being taught the lesbian, gay, transgender garbage in their school. You see that? And people are cheering for this. That's political violence right there, guys. This is political violence. There are lesbian, gay, transgender people getting beaten up, getting killed because of this political violence. They're offing themselves because of this political violence. Yes, lies. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the pets. Lies. Okay? And nobody in schools is being taught transgender, lesbian, gay garbage. Kids are being taught that those people are fucking okay. Be nice to them. Be compassionate with them. They're fucking just like you are. They're just struggling to exist. I mean, but look at the venom in his fucking voice when he says that. The venom. This guy was venomous. This guy was venomous. He was so filled with venom for people that he considered like the enemy. Okay? And that's what got this fucking guy killed. Not leftism. Certainly not me. It was his own venom. Okay? This guy is venomous. Venomous.
Them to a good school. Have a low crime neighborhood. Not to have my kid be taught the lesbian, gay, transgender garbage in their school. While also.
But you see that? You hear those people cheering about transgender, lesbian, gay garbage, right? They're cheering. They're fucking cheering for that. They like, these people are filled with fucking hatred and rage. And why? You know what I'm saying? Dude, thank you, Derek. You know what I'm saying? Why? Thank you, Space Age. Let's fucking go. You know what I mean? Like, what did the transgender, lesbian, gay kids ever do to any of those people? Like, nothing, man.
While also not having them have to hear the Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day. That's important.
Again, him attacking Muslims for what?
We want the American way of life, which is, by the way, Christendom. Christians, our sacrifice, our toil, our vision, the outgrowth of the scriptures gave us Western civilization. And this is where I think is a great rallying cry.
Yeah, they gave us enslavement and fucking like brutality and genocide of native peoples. Like, dude. And what did they do in South America? The fucking Catholics, right? That fucking came in and just raged through there and were like, you become Catholic or we're going to murder you all. Like, bro, that legacy is not good. It's not healthy. It's fucking, you know what I'm saying? The Crusades. I mean, we can go back. Yes. My God, it's like 25 million people killed by Christianity. You know what I mean? And all of the Abrahamic religions warring with one another. You know, it's like,
doesn't matter if you're Hispanic, doesn't matter if you're Asian, doesn't matter if you're black or white. Everybody, if you are Christian and Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, these two threats are combining forces to come after us. And it's time that the church stands and rises up against it.
Yep. Dude, look at that. So he's saying that all woke people and all Marxists, whoever the fuck that means, and all Muslims, so everybody who's not a MAGA Christian is all the enemy uniting against them. As he says here, Islam is the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America. Dude, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised that fucking this guy is no longer with us. You know? And it's like, dude, his worldview was like brutal and violent and toxic and divisive and filled with like wishing harm and death and fucking imprisonment on people that were not white Christians. You know? Dude. You know what I'm saying? And constant racism. Right? And defending pedophiles. Look at this. Mass migration is a weapon of mass destruction. Him and Trump trying to turn us against immigrants. You know what I'm saying? He is not a good person. Okay? He's not. He was not a good person. He was toxic and a purveyor of violence and aggression and animosity. What a fucking day. And yet, despite all that, guys, watching him die close up on a fucking on a tweet this afternoon was traumatizing to me. Right? Because it's like I feel like I had to witness him die with the same violence he preached. And like, I'm going to still be affected by this. Maybe one day a bullet is going to come for me because of some fucking freakazoid that he radicalized. You know what I'm saying? And I'm profoundly affected by that. I have been numb all day. You know? And I mean, yeah, Miss Felony, I mean, you're not wrong. There's so much with Gaza and Ukraine. I mean, it's the tip of the iceberg. I don't see a lot of that shit because I normally don't watch those videos because I don't like watching those videos. It's bad. It's like PTSD inducing. It's not good for us to take in that kind of shit. And so I tend to shy away from those traumatic images, you know? But man, it's like there's just so much fucking violence, you know? So much fucking violence. But I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that like the world is this way, you know? I wish it wasn't. I wish it wasn't. And like, it's weird, guys, because like I have a connection to like the Charlie Kirk side of the world where I got really famous as a gamer and I had pink hair and I'm very woke. I defended the women and the trans people. And like, I had people like death threatening me because I was a woke gamer. They wanted me killed. They cheered anytime something bad happened to me and they wished for my destruction. Okay. Gamer kids. And I had done nothing to them but dance and inspire like acceptance of everybody. And those people were like really into Charlie Kirk. They were really into Andrew Tate. And I fought against that like negativity, that fucking Christian anti fucking trans homophobic misogynist bullshit. Okay. Anti everything but the white Christian, the Christian religion. I fought against that shit and I always will. And I got like hounded out of the gaming world. Like I tried to change it, but I realized that they don't want change. They're like, there's a segment of that's just like bloodthirsty. Like they just want to harm those people that they consider like less than them. And it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. And for me, so I went to this thing, this phase competition where I went down to LA and I was in this hotel and everybody got COVID. I didn't, but a bunch of people in this thing got COVID and we all got locked in our hotel rooms. And this was 2022. This was when like after the pandemic, a lot of people were coming out and being really anti-trans, and I'd been fighting in the gaming community against this type of shit. And I was in a hotel room, and when I opened the curtains of my hotel room, there was a huge, like, 50-foot mural of a trans woman on the side of this building saying, hey, like, why are we fucking hurting these people? Like, they're just trying to be themselves. Why are we gunning for these people? And like, what was crazy about it is I stared at that trans mural like for hours every day while I was down there. And there was this crazy scandal where these haters created this fucking scandal because I stayed on the corner of this table and they tried to say I was too close to this girl when I didn't even move. I didn't do anything. She moved next to me, and somebody clipped this thing and tried to create this whole negative scandal. Because they tried to cancel me all the time. Why? Because I had pink hair, because I was pro-trans, because I was pro-woman, because I was pro, gay people being fucking as normal as they are. And I was constantly hounded and canceled and death threatened and all this shit, right? And people like Andrew Tate going into the gaming community and trying to radicalize these people. And it was in that moment, though, when I realized, I'm going to fight this. And I don't care. I don't care if I lose my gaming career. I don't want my gaming career. I want to fucking defend people. I don't want to live with this fucking, I'm not going to let people get thrown under the bus just because they're different. And it was crazy because when I got voted out of that thing, and 𝗙cie𝗶𝗏, he was one of the higher ups at 𝗡𝗅 Clan. I remember this. This was in May of 2022. He came up to me afterwards out on the patio of the 𝗡𝗅 warehouse. And he said, what's next for you? And this was months before I even had the debate thing with Andrew Tate. But he came out to me on that patio and he said, what's next for you now that you've left Fortnite? And I said, 𝗙cie𝗶𝗏, I'm going into politics. And he was like, wow. He was like, we really need good people in politics. And dude, that's how I got here. It started at that 𝗡𝗅 competition. And it was crazy. And then months later, I argued with Andrew Tate and I got canceled for the 100th time in gaming. But man, I tried to change that world. I tried to go in there and offer love and acceptance and understanding in that world of homophobia and transphobia and misogyny. And man, they just didn't want it, dude. They want hatred. They want to other people and demonize. And man, it's just not healthy, And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that that I couldn't fucking change that world. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's I tried. And I'm going to keep trying to change this world. You know what I mean? And remember, Kirk is dead. Someone will pick up his flag. Yeah, someone will pick up his flag. But their movement took a major hit. It did. That negative anti-fucking movement, it took a major hit. And what's more, though, guys, is again, I just, for a while, you may have noticed because of Trump and because of the fucking political climate and this influx of racism is these racists and these everyone who's not a white Christian, they were getting very bold, right? They were getting very bold. They were haughty even, walking around just fucking acting like they own the whole world. And I feel like this explosion of violence is reminding people that we're not invulnerable, we can't just go around fucking trying to preach violence and, saying Charlie Kirk saying that Islam was the tool the left was using to slit the throat of America. It's no, man, maybe you shouldn't be that haughty. Maybe we should fucking slow that shit down and quit calling woke people fucking demons and shit, because you're not invulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Tamp that shit down. Like, enough of the fucking violence and the slitting the throat of America and all that bullshit. Everybody I know on the left just wants America to be more compassionate and more loving. And fucking, we want healthcare, and we want full investment in education instead of ICE. Okay? We want high wages instead of billionaires threatening all our elected representatives. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I mean? Dude, Talia, I'm not stopping. Like, don't think I'm stopping. I'm not. I'm going to get louder than ever. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, like, the haughty, like, people running around talking about slitting the throat of America, I think they all got a wake-up call today that, like, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you shouldn't run around fucking, like, pitting, like, saying that everybody who's woke or Marxist or Islamic is, like, some crazy enemy and there's some fucking crusade happening. Like, maybe you shouldn't say that shit. That if you do say that crazy kind of shit, preaching that constant divisive violence, that maybe some of that violence is going to touch you. Just knock it off, you know? Quit manifesting violence and animosity. And words do have consequences, you know? But I am not stopping, all right? And you know, but we looked at some of his fucking Twitter account. And I am sorry that we all collectively experience political violence today. I am tired of political violence. I was affected when Melissa Hortman, those other lawmakers were brutally murdered. And then right-wing politicians like Mike Lee were memeing and joking about it. Trump wouldn't even call fucking Tim Walz. He didn't even call the people. He didn't even mention it tonight in his fucking Civil War screed. I'm tired of the violence. Right? I am. It's fucking brutal, and Trump has exacerbated this. But I will not say that Charlie Kirk was a good man, because he was not. He was toxic, and he was destructive, and I feel like he ran into himself out there. He literally, like, he reaped what he sowed his entire career. And I feel like just watching his career and all the shit he did and watching him die, like, I feel like I am equally traumatized from both. I had to watch him, like, sow political violence, and then he reaped political violence and I witnessed it. And it's like, fuck, man. I'm just glad that it's over. I'm glad that the Charlie Kirk chapter is, like, over. I don't want to witness any more of his violence. The shit that he was stirring with his words and his radicalization of young men and watching him die on my phone screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just glad that chapter's over, and I hope we can fucking move on with less of that. Because humanity does not need more of that energy. We need less. You know? Yeah. Dude, it is wild, man. It is wild. Like, I feel like everything about him and his movement was just traumatizing for me right up till the end, you know? Man. Crazy. All right. Well, I'm going to go make some videos, guys. I did not get a lot done today. I did not. I mean, America's hurting, right? Have they caught the shooter? I don't think they have. I don't think anyone knows who it was. I think it was like a fucking, I think it was a professional hit, like a special forces, like government level hit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I think it's a wake up call that, like, we don't need more of that type of energy in this world, man. You know what I mean? We don't need more of that energy. Did you miss the dance party? There wasn't a dance party. We'll have a dance party tomorrow. I'll be honest. I think today I just want to grieve, and I'm not grieving Charlie Kirk. I am grieving I'm grieving for, like, the pain that America's in. like under Trump's like violent preaching hand, and that we're being subjected to this shit, that we're being subjected to watching people die on our phones in political violence from people that preach political violence, and the president is still preaching it. It's like this dark underbelly of like, you know, radical leftists. Like, you remember the whole election when he kept saying, you know, communist, Marxist, socialists, like fucking whatever, right? Communist, Marxist, socialist, fascist, like every name in the book. It's always the talk about the radical left, the radical left. If you think trans people should be able to exist, you're a fucking danger to society. Like, it's like, fuck those guys, man. I just want them to go away. You know, they've been stirring this pot with their gallows and their, you know, their fucking nooses and their constant rhetoric of wanting to murder and kill us because we're woke, and then they can't even define woke. And it's always this Christian bullshit, right? Tired of it, man. You know what I mean? But tomorrow, like tonight, I'm just going to process. I'm going to mourn this fucking negative energy. And tomorrow, though, guys, I just have you know, I'm shaking it off, and we're going to dance, and we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to keep speaking up. We are not going to change. I'm not changing. Okay? I'm not letting up. I'm not like, you know, I'm going to keep fighting for like not this. You know what I'm saying? Not this, man. Not this. You know? We are better than this. Right? We are better than the fucking Charlie Kirk, and we are better than the fucking people who killed him. The person who killed him, or whoever hired that fucking hit. We're better than all of that, man. You know? You know what I'm saying? I just want everybody to be able to love and be loved and fucking be themselves, and not have this weird religious, genital checking, fucking homophobic, transphobic, racist, misogynist, divisive bullshit constantly being pumped into every orifice through fucking social media and the goddamn president of the United States, who literally acts like he fucking wants me to die simply because I'm not a MAGA fucking shithead. You know what I'm saying? Like Trump, he doesn't represent me. He would let me bleed out in the street, and he'd call me a radical leftist. Like, fuck that guy, man. You know what I'm saying? And now, I'm going to put on some music, boss. All right? And I'm going to fucking extricate myself. What a day, guys. We are in some dark chapters, man.
Hey, I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't want to hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating.
Take care of yourselves, guys. It's like we witnessed some ugliness today, guys. We really did. Be good to yourself. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Hey, I just want to change the world, but I don't want to wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found.
it gets better. I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating.
Keep those chins up, guys. Good night.
I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant.
Good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
It's about you. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Paint away day and night, 6 hearts of I'm okay. You're alright, goodbye then if you dare. Someone new is pulling everywhere. I'm afraid to let them. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. After you, I'm afraid of feeling some too soon. Cling to what you're giving. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. Nothing is what I think. Yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause I will drown in pink. Oh, 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 oh. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over.